Hey guys, John here and welcome back to the Super Awesome Geek Show. Today I've got something different. That's why it's taken a little bit longer to get this posted. I was finishing it up just this morning. I've got 5 different acrylic cases, display shelves, whatever you might want to call them. And we're going to compare and contrast them. They're from 5 different companies. And we're taking a quick look at them right now, but I'm going to show you each one of these in detail and how they come and how they are put together. First, we have the USIMPLES floating shelf set. There's 4 pieces in here. You can get these 4 pieces on Amazon for $15.99, or you can go for 6 shelves for $23.99. These all come wrapped in a nice cloth bag, wrapped in bubble wrap, and all in the box like this. So they're thick and they're wide and they come with holes so you can mount them to the wall. And these seem very sturdy and very well done. Probably 1/8 inch thick acrylic. And they come with all of the supplies needed to mount them to the wall, including little washers which help out, and the drywall inserts and the screws. So very well done, nice hardware. And like I said, you get 4 of these in the pack for $15.99, or you can go for 6 of them for $23.99. So decide for yourself which you think is the better deal, how many you need. And we're gonna stack these on the wall kind of like this, so you can sort of space them out to any spacing you want, whether it's 3 3/4 inch figures, whether it's lunch boxes, whether it's carded figures, or 6-inch action figures, whatever you want. You can kind of space them out to fit just about anything that you want to put on display. Such as this, we've got a lunch box in here, we've got a couple figures of various heights, and they're all going to fit quite nicely on this shelf. And then we've got a packaged item here, Primal Clash, 6-inch action figure, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Vintage, Modulock. And here's how they look on the wall itself. Once you mount them to the wall, I've got a Ninja Turtle figure in here, carded. We've got some Babylon 5, carded Star Wars, a motorcycle from Akira, Chud from the Marvel Legends. And everything fits quite well and stays attached to the wall. It's not going to fall off. It's not going anywhere. And they look, quite frankly, they look really good because they're clear acrylic. The next thing we have are these, what they call nail polish shelves from CQ Acrylic. And these all come in a box, but they come in each individually bubble wrapped. And again, these are a little bit thicker than the previous shelves, so they're probably not going to come damaged. They're a bit thicker. They're not quite 1/4 inch, but they're also thicker than 1/8 inch. So whatever's between 1/8 and 1/4. They also have these side pieces that attach to it, so we can put those on, and you'll have some side walls and all the hardware needed to attach them to drywall walls if you want to do that. You could put these on the back of like a shelving unit, like if you've got a bookcase or something, you can attach them to the back wall of the bookcase, or you can actually attach them just straight on a wall if you've got a bare wall that you want to put some acrylic shelves on. We'll try out these side pieces, see how they work. They just kind of pop on the end here. There's a little groove that they will slide into. And looks pretty good. Yeah. It's a neat little touch. You can either choose to put them on or leave them off, I suppose. They're flush with the bottom. They're flush with the edge. They seem pretty good. Yeah. Not bad. So I'll probably attach all these just to give it a little bit more rigidity. And yeah. We'll get these all set up and attached to a wall. And again, you can space these out however you want, because they're each individual pieces. So you could do 3 3/4 inch or 6-inch figures, whatever you want to do. Since they're narrower, I'm probably going to stick with 3 3/4 inch. G.I. Joe stands fit right in here. Star Wars, the small round stands fit right in. So you can easily do all your 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe and Star Wars figures in this kind of arrangement. I think they're going to look really good. Lego minifigures, this is also a neat way to display those. The minifigure base fits right in there, so it'll display nicely. Pez dispensers, perfect size for those. So anything you can dream up, you're going to be able to fit in this little thing. We got some Marvel Retro, or no, those are the Epic series, right? Marvel Epic series. And Star Trek even. So any of these smaller sized figures will fit fine in this display type thing. Nice acrylic shelf. And here you can see the widths between the two acrylic shelves we've looked at so far. So the one I would say is for 3 3/4 inch. Go ahead and do that. And then this is a wider shelf where I would put bigger items like, 6-inch figures or lunch boxes or any of those. Trading card boxes, just lean them against the wall. Once you got this set up, the lip will help them not slide off. That's also a good thing, that the lip coming up the front on these, that little lip, will make it so things don't just slide off the front. So you can kind of angle things in there like we did with that card pack. So here's a couple of them bolted to the wall, just so you can see. I put 2 of them up, just so you can kind of see how you might space these out and put various figures and Pez and whatever else on them. They look pretty good. The next thing we got here is a GHEIR. It's a wooden 3-tier display case. And it comes all apart like this. You've got to snap these pieces into the wooden bases and the wooden lids, and then stick them all together and stack them up. So essentially you got to take these all apart and then slide them in these grooves on these wooden parts. And there is going to be a sliding door on these. What's funny is they gave us some white gloves and a little cloth that came with these. So you get that as a bonus, except my sausage fingers don't fit in the white gloves, and I've busted them open already. They're stretched to their limits because my sausage fingers. Oh. Alright, here's how it goes together. I'm laughing too much. Here's how it goes together. Got some simple instructions. The instructions are almost too simple because you still have to sort of put your brain to work to figure out how this goes together, even with the instructions. They need to be a little bit more detailed, I think, than what they are. And yeah, this is quite a feat to try and get this together. So still trying here, and we're going to put the back on here. There we go. And then the next wooden level goes on like this. And now you got to line everything up and try to get them to snap into those wooden slots. And there we go. We did it. I had to do a lot of this off camera. Just because it took like an extra... As you can see here, it's still not fully in. It takes an extraordinary amount of effort, and I had to put these on the floor and really push on them with my whole body weight to try and get these things together, because they just don't want to go into these grooves. Not as easy as it makes it look in the instructions, but once you get it together, it's not really coming apart, so that's good. And now it has these slide-on doors. There's a little lip there for you to get your finger on. And there's some grooves in the wood. And you just kind of slide these together here. Yeah, nice. And you got a nice little display case, and you can go in the front and, slide it open, put some guys in there, slide it closed, and you got a nice display case. Now this is going to have to go on a shelf or a desktop. You can't really hang this on the wall. So put some G.I. Joe guys and other stuff in here. It also is only going to hold 3 3/4 inch figures. You're not going to get anything too much taller in these cases. It might hold Funko Pops, not in the box, but maybe out of the box. I don't know. I didn't have any handy that were out of the box to try, but it's just about 4 inches tall between each between the pieces of wood. So whatever you think, 4 inches or less is basically what you're going to be putting in these. And I felt that since it is a little bit deep, it is dark. You can see those figures are already sort of disappearing into the darkness. So this might need a light kit. Trying to shine some light straight in at it so that you can kind of see them better. Let's fill out the whole case and give you an idea how it looks. Trying to give a light. I'm sorry about the glare. I'll get rid of that glare. We won't use that. We'll put it at the lowest we can put the light without a glare. There we go. And then I'll try to move this other light around to give you more lighting. Oh, now we're at the glare spot. Okay. Well, looks like that's as good as we're going to get as far as lighting this thing up from external light sources in the room. But you get an idea how that one goes together. The next thing we have are Seeker white shelves. Instead of wooden levels, these are white levels. And this thing actually comes with its own light kit. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, I wasn't going over the prices on a lot of these. So the Seeker white wood lights, this one is $27.99 with the lights. The wooden one that was 3-tiered we just looked at was $29.99. So there is a difference in price in these two of about $2. The difference is the wooden one you get 3 tiers for $29. This one you get 2 tiers and a light kit for $27. So you got to make sure these corners are lined up right when you put this thing together, or you're not going to be able to get the door on. And these have actually hinged doors, so you might, depending on your feeling on these things, you might want the hinged door over the sliding door. I don't know. Yeah, and now you got to make sure we get these lined up, and all these tabs are going to go in there. And again, the tabs are difficult to get in. They clip when they get in there. They go tink and clip. And then I had to put the full weight of them on the floor to get them to clip in. And then there's an extra shelf in here, which I like. So these, in addition to having bonus lights the light kit that comes with them, you also get this extra little shelf to put in the back. So it's almost 2-tier. Each one is tiered for 2 levels, and you can still fit a 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figure on the back shelf. So I would use it for smaller items, but you can fit a 3 3/4 inch figure on those shelves even with a stand. So you could use these for a bunch of Star Wars figures or G.I. Joe, You could put shorter figures in the back and a little bit taller ones in the front. Whatever you want. But it does technically work for Star Wars 3 3/4 inch. Technically. We'll get the light kit installed, and that'll work better than my glaring ring lights. Yeah. Let's check it out. So here's the light kit installed. The light kit installed very easily. I'm going to turn off all the ring lights so you just got the light from the display, and you can clearly see all the things I've put on display in it. The Greedo in the back, the other characters up front. And yeah, the light kit makes all the difference on these. It's really cool that this one comes with a light kit. Now when we put both levels on, you can kind of see that the size of these. The wooden one is narrower, and that's the one with $29.99 with 3 levels. And then the white one that's wider with this extra shelf in there, and it's taller too, so you can get more height in there, is $27.99. But you only get the 2 tiers, but you do get a light kit and the extra half shelves in the back. And when you put both of them stacked up like this, and turn off my ring lights, so you just have the light kit, you got a pretty good display here, I think. I'm almost rooting for this one. It's cheaper, and I think you're going to be able to fit more figures in it. And you get the light kit. And I feel like it's sturdier. It just seems... I kind of like the doors. I like the light kit. I kind of just like these a little bit better than the wooden one. So when I think it comes to these two, I think the GHEIR is going to lose, and the Seeker white set with lights is going to win for me. Yeah, when you put these two together. Because I really think you can get 8 or 9 figures in each level of these, if you do it right. And of the white one, where the wooden one you're only going to get about 4 figures on each shelf, so that means you're going to have 12 versus 18, right? So, all right, the last thing we got to look at, last one is from HeyJoy, floating shelf unit, $27.99. It's got 4 shelves, and it's got these special hangers that you can actually stick to the wall, or you can screw them in the old-fashioned way. I would probably screw them in the old-fashioned way because I don't really know how those sticky things are going to last over time, and I'd be worried they would just become unstuck at some point, or peel the paint off the wall and it just fall off at one point. These come wrapped in foam and then wrapped in bubble wrap, and I'm going to tell you, I think they need more quality control, because it's already cracked there on the corner, chipped off, on one of the first ones I pick out. And the plastic, the acrylic seems very flimsy to me. It's not, it looks about 1/8 inch, but I don't think it's quite 1/8 inch. It might be just thinner. It's a little thinner than 1/8 inch. Yeah. And, like I said, one of them's already cracked. These things are wide enough to fit just about any figure you could want. Star Trek fits in with their bases, which is the first time we've had their bases fit. Star Wars, G.I. Joe, they all fit, of course. And you can fit 6-inch figures quite nicely in these as well, because there's more room. But I think you're going to run into a problem with the height for this, because this does screw together, and you will get a different height in here. You can see the thickness difference in that acrylic shelf we looked at earlier in the video. And so if you've got wide backpacks, you might want this more room, just so the backpacks aren't hitting the wall. You know, I don't know. If that becomes an issue, you got this as an option. This set is $27.99, so it is more expensive than the other floating shelves. Probably because you got all this extra hardware, and but I think it's cheaper made. I just feel like it's the acrylic and everything is so thin that you have to screw it all together here, and it takes a while to put together. And again, the instructions are not clear at all on how you're supposed to put this together. So you just kind of got to look at a picture and figure it out with your own brain, almost. And like I said, there's some quality control issues here, because this corner was busted. And then I also found that one of these trays are cracked. The best way I found to put this together is to sort of slide the screw in underneath and then take the nut, the bolt, the nut here, and twist it on from the top, and then you can finish tightening it up with the screwdriver they give you. There you go. It doesn't need to be super tight, just snug. But this hole is not through, so they didn't drill this hole out all the way. So, and there's no way to punch that out. So there's another quality control issue. And then I noticed this tray is cracked. So there's another quality control issue. So we've got 3 quality control issues on this, and it's more expensive than the 4 floating shelves we looked at earlier that were supposed to be used for nail polish. So I really can't recommend this one. I don't think it's as versatile. It's more expensive, and it has quality control issues, and it's flimsier. So and the only way you're going to get anything bigger than a 3 3/4 inch figure in here is if you put them on the very top. So I don't know. I'm not. I think you're better off just going with the individual floating shelves than getting this kind of unit, you know? Yeah. 3 3/4 inch figures fit pretty good in it, though. I like the way they look with G.I. Joe and everything. Star Wars fits pretty good. They look good in here. And one advantage of using acrylic is you don't really need a light kit. They're all going to get the same lighting just because there's no solid pieces to obscure it. You see my pictures on the wall. But you can put a couple carded figures up on top if you want, and then have your 3 3/4 inch or smaller figures down below. And even Star Trek fit, but they do hit their heads. So I almost wouldn't recommend this for Star Trek Playmates. They're just a little bit too tall. But G.I. Joe and Star Wars, Mask, Gumby fit perfect. Pez dispensers would probably work good. Yeah, this one, things fit nice, but I would say those quality control issues and the losing the ability to sort of space them out to your own height, I would go with one of the other 2 sets or both, depending on. So the ones on the left are pluses. The one on the right, not so much. You know, that's kind of my take on it. All right, guys. So just to go over things real quick one last time. On the left in this picture, we have the GHEIR, GHEIR wooden 3-tier display shelf. You're going to have to put this on a desktop or on some shelves. And that display unit's $29.99 on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description below so you can go check that out. Versus the Seeker, which is the white one on the right with lights. And the Seeker is a 2-tier shelf unit that has an extra little shelf in the back. And again, this has to go on a desktop or on some existing shelves, like in a bookcase or something like that. Both of them seem to work very well for what they do. I think the wooden one needs some lights, and the wooden one, like I said, is $29.99, where the Seeker white one, Seeker SEEKER white with lights, that one's $27.99 on Amazon. And again, I'll have links for both of these in the description below. And the white one, I almost think is better for my taste, because it just comes with lights, comes with the extra little shelves to put in the back, and I just think you're going to get more out of it. I like the doors better where they swing open than sliding. So, you know, I guess it just comes down to preference in this one. For your personal preference. Both of them are pretty good. And they're both good for what they do. You know what I mean? And then again, of the 3 wall hanging shelves, on the left up at the top, we've got those are the nail polish stands. CQ acrylic nail polish shelves. You get 4 of them for $15.99 or 6 of them for $19.99. Again, that link will be in the description below. I think they're very well done. They're crafted well. I like the little end pieces you can get that come with it. They're sturdy. They're very well made, and they're going to work great for any of your 3 and 4 inch figures. They'll probably even work for 6 inch figures if you space them out right and don't have them in dynamic poses. The bottom one on the left is from USIMPLES, USIMPLES. They're clear acrylic, 4 of them for $15.99 again. 6 of them are $23.99, so a little bit more if you want to get 6 of them than the other set above. But again, they work well for any carded figures, displaying trading card boxes. Vehicles fit on them. 6 inch figures fit great on these. They really are going to work out for a variety of things, and I think they're both of the items on the left here are really good items to purchase, and they're inexpensive. And then the last thing we have on the right is the HeyJoy floating shelf unit, HeyJoy, HeyJoy floating shelf unit, $27.99, and I just didn't think it lived up to that price. A little bit expensive for what it is, and there's definitely some quality control issues there with that. 3 pieces being broken in one set is kind of it's kind of a red flag in my opinion. The ability to not adjust the shelves, that's limiting you to what you can use it for. I think that if you're going to display characters in acrylic shelves, you're better off going with either option on the left because you can adjust the height. That's it, and it's cheaper. That's the 2 things really. Cheaper, higher quality. 3 things: cheaper, higher quality, and you can adjust the height. So the 2 on the left are my picks for this category, and the one on the right, I would say, I'm sorry guys, but don't bother. I wouldn't get it. Yeah. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you got something out of this. All the links for these products will be in the description below. I'm grateful to whatever this PR company was that sent me these. It's pretty cool to take a look at things like this and be able to critique them, use them, and see which ones work best for your situation. And I'm happy to be able to pass this knowledge on to you guys, and hope it helps with your displays, because I know I might end up getting some more of these acrylic shelves. I don't know about the shelf display ones that go on a desk or on a shelf, but these ones that you can just free hang on the wall, it seems to me like they might work interspersed between areas that you need like only one little shelf or something to fill that small area that you can't quite fit, between 2 bookcases or something, something like this will work pretty well. Alright guys, see you later. I'm John, I'm out of here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay awesome out there, everybody. See ya.